This is the MCTV Weekday Update.
Good afternoon and welcome to the MCTV Weekday Update. I'm Erin Willis.
And I'm Sarah Self-Walbrick. Late last night, the Daily Toreador tweeted an email sent to them by a member of the Connect Tech blog that implicated an Experience Where It Counts block member of violating the SGA Election code. As you can see from the email on the screen that was sent to the DT, Pradeep Adalari, running for the graduate VP position, allegedly emailed a professor with intent for it to be forwarded to his classmates to vote for members on his block. The class consisted of 16 students. The allegations are being investigated further, and the full story will be available on ttuhub.net later tonight. Despite the debacle, the election will continue on. Today is the last day to vote. You can go to ttu.edu/vote to cast your vote, or in the ATLC facility located in the basement of the library. For more information on voting locations, visit the SGA website.
Speaking of SGA, one of the topics that could possibly affect your vote involves turf. Yes, that's right. The university has been looking into possibly putting turf on the rec fields. Reporter Sibby Barton has more on the story.
SGA passed a resolution to increase the rec sports fee every semester to build a new turf field complex. Brett Jackson, the assistant director of intramural sports, had more to comment about the turf complex.
Yeah, so the big push is, I believe this is the next step in recreational sports, campus rec. We're in West Texas. We have little rainfall, a lot of worry on irrigation. So in the long run, it's going to help save costs. It's a huge initial upfront fee, but in the long run, we're going to save cost on water, seed, fertilizer, maintenance of grass fields, opposed to turf.
Although the turf field is cheaper in the long run, it would not come without its own price.
There's definitely like monthly, weekly maintenance that has to be done, going over and fluffing up the fields, spreading out the little pebbles, the rubber pellets in the turf itself. The carpet should last about 10 years, and then every 10 years or so you have to replace the carpet. So again, it's an initial huge cost up front, but in the end it should save us money opposed to grass.
SGA plans to build the turf complex on 10th and Texas Tech Parkway across from UMC. Assistant Director for Sport Clubs Laura Thomas told us more about the turf field complex.
The plan, if it gets passed by the student vote and then the Board of Regents vote, is to build four new turf fields out there by the West Rec complex and the varsity girls soccer complex. University planning is allocated that extra field space to everything else, and then we're trying to make sure that we get some recreational space as well. So if we don't do that now, we're afraid that there's not really going to be an option for us to build out there and kind of claim the university planning.
Aside from saving money for upkeep, the turf complex holds many future benefits.
On top of all the programming that we'll do for it, it'll be additional space. And then that'll free up the field, like the grass fields out there, and we're going to redo that.
Reporting for MCTV, this is Sibby and Brian.
The 86th Academy Awards Oscars airs live this Sunday at 7 p.m. on ABC. A-list celebrities and rising stars are nominated for their roles in films. Reporter Daniela Paraga went out on campus to find out what students are interested in seeing at the grand event.
The 86th Academy Awards are this Sunday. Last year, the telecast had 40.3 million viewers. This year, the telecast looks promising with Ellen DeGeneres hosting and performances by Adele, Norah Jones, and legend Barbra Streisand. We caught up with several tech students and asked their picks for this year's winners. Out of the list, who do you think will win Best Picture?
I think my difference between like what I like the most and what will win is I really think that it'll probably be 12 Years a Slave that wins the Best Picture. It was really good, and it's not one of those movies that you have a lot of fun watching, but it's so well done all the way through. But personally, I would pick Her. I was kind of blown away by that movie.
I think Wolf of Wall Street. It's a really good movie. Leonardo DiCaprio is fantastic in that movie, and I think everyone should go see it.
I'm going to have to go with Gravity because it has Sandra Bullock, she's one of my favorite actresses, and George Clooney, I love him. I always have.
Meryl Streep has won 3 Academy Awards throughout her career, but this marks the 18th time she's been nominated for an award. But will she win again this year?
I like Meryl Streep. she's a legend, and so she's good at what she does. So she'll probably win again. She's probably won this like twice already in her career, 3 times.
All right, thanks, Turchi. Rob Weiner, associate librarian and pop culture expert, said Best Motion Picture will either go to 12 Years a Slave or American Hustle.
If either one of those wins, I won't be surprised. Both of them are excellent films. One of them really hits you where the heart is and pulls those emotional strings. The other one is just a really good story. It's well crafted. It's well done. My pick, what I would love to see win is Nebraska. I just think that that's an amazing film. Well, the voting is a board made up of industry professionals, other actors and directors. It's a unique body that decides, and who knows any given year how they're going to go.
Make sure to tune in this Sunday for the live telecast. For MCTV, I'm Daniela Parraga.
It was pretty chilly this morning.
I know, and that wind was awful.
I guess that's one of the perks of living in Lubbock. Our weather specialist, Carly Smith, has all you need to know about the weather this week. Carly?
Yeah, Erin, it doesn't look like the winds are calming down too much in our future. But for now, they're not too gusty, anywhere from 5 to 15 miles per hour. And so also today, the temperature right now is sitting at about 60 degrees with a beautiful blue sky, as you can see behind me, which is nice because it's been quite cloudy lately with the cold temperatures. And so that sun has came out and warmed things up, possibly reaching a high of 68 today. And we have a graphic for tonight's forecast. And so overnight, temps will drop into the 40s and the winds will still be a little gusty at southwest 6 to 12 miles per hour, and the skies will continue to be clear. And as we head into tomorrow's forecast, winds will pick up from west-northwest at 14 to 24 miles per hour. And with those strong winds, they could gust even higher, and there is a greater risk for wildfires out there on the South Plains. And so the high will climb into the upper 70s, and it will continue to be nice and sunny. And so as we take a look at the rest of our 3-day forecast, you'll see Saturday will continue to be nice like Friday, with temps climbing into the upper 70s, and it'll continue to be breezy with southwest winds 9 to 18 miles per hour. And then as we head into Sunday, a cold front will blow through, dropping our temps into the lower 50s, and Sunday morning it'll be a little cooler at 38, and the winds will change to blow from the east-northeast at 6 to 12 miles per hour, bringing in that cooler air. And so I know a lot of our sports teams are traveling out of town, with the baseball team going down to Houston for the Houston College Classic, and the basketball team is headed off to Baylor, but we have a regional travel forecast for anyone headed home or going out of town. So the Dallas-Fort Worth area, Saturday, temperatures will continue to be warm, just like here at 75, Austin 77, and Houston 73. And so also I want to note that it looks like Monday morning could be much cooler, with temperatures possibly being in the 20s as you get ready to go to class. So, ladies, back to you.
Thanks, Carly. That's all for the Thursday edition of the MCTV Weekday Update.
Be sure to check ttuhub.net every day for more news. See you next week.